Hey friends, Shay here. So today I'm here to do a dedicated manga first impressions for a series that I read on a live stream recently that a lot of you are like, I would love a dedicated review for this. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and that is Don't Call It Mystery. Now this is I believe it's the top selling josei in all of Japan. And in this one, we are following a college-age man named Totonu. Totonu is just happily sitting in his apartment one day. It's a Saturday. He's like, today's a curry day. And so he sets about preparing his curry. He thinks it's going to be a really good batch, and all of a sudden he gets a knock at his door. When he opens the door, the police are there. And he is accused of murdering someone that he knew from high school. And that is the initial setup for the first chapter. Throughout this, Totonu's taken into interrogation, and they start asking him questions about where he was the night of the murder, and the fact that he saw this classmate. He might have been one of the last people to see him. And so that's why he is the first prime subject of this murder. And so the cops are really, putting the screws to him, as we would say here in the US, and he's not buckling under any of this pressure. And as he's doing this, he's kind of talking to everybody in the police precinct and getting to know them a little bit. And they come and they ask him questions because they're comfortable with him. And so he's helping them with life things as well. And it is brilliant. Period. End of story. I can definitely understand why this is such a popular manga. This is one that transcends demographics. It doesn't matter who you are. I think this is a fan-freaking-tastic manga. One, the art style is absolutely amazing. And the art alone is amazing. There is nothing. It is stunning. Him and his afro and everything about it is absolutely fantastic. Secondly, this is one that leaves you thinking. This is definitely a psychological story, and don't call it a mystery because it's more than that. So I love the title for that because it is more than mystery. There's a lot more going on here. There's a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and the way Totonu is just going about everything is absolutely amazing. Totonu's just living their life, and they got roped into all of this, and so now they kind of help solve these crimes is kind of what ends up happening. He's definitely a Sherlock without a Watson kind of a situation. And the way he thinks is very Sherlock-esque. So if you like a good Sherlock kind of character, this is a series that will definitely resonate with you. So obviously, Totonu is not the murderer, but in the first chapter of this manga, he solves the murder. And then we go on to further escapades that Totonu goes on. And I don't want to say any more because that would fall into spoiler territory. Some people will probably say that I've already spoiled too much. But Totonu is one of the most interesting characters I have ever read from, especially in manga. I would think, even though I haven't read it, a lot of people who love things like Monster, where it has that psychological element, makes you think kind of thing, would enjoy this series. Or if you liked something like Carnival, I believe, which is also a josei series that has a more mystery element to it, a little more action. It's a little more along those lines in its tone rather than a lot of the romance-centered joseis. This is definitely not that. And I wasn't sure what to expect from this, so I honestly went in very blind, and I'm really happy and very, very pleased. This is an absolutely fantastic thing. Even look at this. I just constantly, even though I finished it 2 weeks ago now, I'm still occasionally finding myself flipping through it just because I enjoy so many different parts of this. It's fantastic. I seriously love everything about this. And I don't really have too much more to say because I do not want to spoil this series. So for the person who I think should pick this up is everyone, as I've said. I honestly think everyone deserves a chance to try this series. It is absolutely stunning. would definitely 10 out of 10 recommend it. I was so excited. We just got it back in at my store that I work at, because I think we only got a couple in. I think we only got 2 in, and one of them I bought, and the other one sold quickly as well. But yeah, this is a fantastic series. This contains the first 2 volumes. They will be coming out in omnibus form. This is still ongoing in Japan. So I believe the next one's not out until August, and this one came out in May. So it's going to be an every 3 to 4 month release, so they don't catch up with Japan too quickly, I'm guessing. Where we end up like Carnival did, where they did it in omnibus form, and then all of a sudden they had to put the brakes on because they caught up with Japan, and so they waited and then they did a bunch again. I don't think that's going to be the case with Don't Call It Mystery, but this is definitely a series that everyone should be reading. It was on the like people's hopeful list to get translated into English for a very long time for a reason. This series, like I said, I could go on and on and on, but I don't want to spoil y'all. So please go pick up Don't Call It Mystery. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you want more of my thoughts, I am going to leave that live show where I read it linked. A live stream. I was just home on a weekend and I'm like, I feel like reading. Let's read all together. And so I did that for quite a while. And I definitely took my time with this one and let myself marinate on what Totonu was saying. And the way the cast of characters builds for this series is also brilliant. So would 10 out of 10 recommend everything about this. So please, please, please read Don't Call It Mystery. Go pick it up. Borrow it from a friend, borrow it from the library, sit in the bookstore and read it. I don't care what you do, but please get your hands on this and read it. It's going to be amazing. I don't think you'll regret it. And if you do, I'm very, very sorry. And I probably won't understand because this is one I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops for a very long time. So definitely in line for one of the best series I've ever read, as long as it continues along the same vein. So thank you all for watching this video. If you're here just because you love me, leave me some sort of police-related emoji for the fact that he is taken under arrest. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
It's been raining for days now, been running like a child. Can't feel the cold, well I'm lost here with you, lost in the woods. Lost as I should.